fall to Bailey warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. In the ring we stand tall, words are blades that never fall to Bailey warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean, spirited mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night, join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more. In the ring we stand tall, words of blades that never fall to Bailey warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. In the ring we stand tall, words of blades that never fall to Bailey warriors brave. Every thought we give and save. Through the noise we cut clean, spirited mind sharp and keen. With a spark that lights the night, join us in this epic fight. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more. From heartfelt talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome talks to fierce debates, we explore what fate creates. Side by side we seek the light. In the dark our minds ignite. Welcome to the Spartan Arena, where minds clash and thoughts clean. In the heat of every word, truth and insight will be heard. Buckle up and take your stance. In this arena, there's no chance to escape the fight by law. Dive in deep and search for more.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, midday of the week. This is July 23rd, 2025, and I'm one of your hosts, CBN Tech Talk, aka Black David, aka Bear Paw. Sorry, I don't have the sound effect. under the spot of home right now until further notice. I hope everybody doing okay. How you doing? How's everybody doing so far? My co-host should be coming shortly. I hope so. 'Cause I know I gave the link much earlier this time, so there shouldn't be no delay whatsoever. I hope everybody doing okay. How you doing? How's everybody doing so far? How's the week? How everything been going so far? I would say this week started off very interesting in the household, but I'm not going to talk about it right now because it's all good. But reading, looking at information that's popping up in the media these days, it kind of keep you on your toes. So how's everybody doing so far? How's everybody dealing with today's week? How's everybody health, mental health, physical health, emotional health, etc. How they're coping? So what's new with you guys? You know what I mean? What's happening? How's everybody? I know tonight will be a very interesting topic. Very kind of interesting because we're dealing with one of the OG anime that hit the airway that made a footstep. Very unique storyline, very neat products. Would I say would it better than Dragon Ball franchise? Mm, I wouldn't say that. So I would say that it was very uniquely interesting to look into this. That being said, so what's everybody? Who's in tonight? We got about 3 viewers. I'm waiting for my code to pop up. I'm wondering if you will show up soon. I hope you don't leave me hanging over here because we're waiting on him because we worked on this thing because this is one of those TV franchise. I would say one of the type of franchise you cannot even joke about because there's an interesting backstory concerning this franchise called Bleach. Very cool storyline, very interesting storyline dealing with 3 different type of world whatsoever. Unique story that still about to come back to finish up their I think the final arc. I'm not too sure if that's correct. I was looking up for information. I think the final arc supposed to either start this year or next, I believe, because they have been existing since the late '90s. I'm not sure exactly, but let's see. Was it 1992? Oh, hold on, let me look it up. First aired in the US. I'm waiting for my code to bring all the information. Correction. My bad. The Bleach anime first aired in the United States on September 9, 2006 on Cartoon Network Adult Swim. Specifically speaking, it premiered on their Bionic program block in Canada on September 9, 2006. Well, and then on Adult Swim the following day, September 10, 2006. Hmm. They're coming from Google Gemini. That information they're giving me. So I wonder how many people may know about Bleach or heard about Bleach or got into the anime. Because for one, I would say that Bleach was one of those type of anime that the storyline is not so common on American soil. And they have a very enriched Japanese concept where you're dealing with Shinigami, you're dealing with all type of entities from different realm. You got the Earth realm, you got the Spirit realm, yeah, Arachonic realm. You got what I call it like the Soul King or Spirit King, call it. And I would say they one of the very uniquely well put together storyline of its time. It's I won't say it was that great at Dragon Ball, but the way it plays stuff out, it's almost as if they are staging a plot with concerning two uniquely family lines who had a unique standing in the society they are a part of. I'll put it like that. One in particularly, whereby I'm not sure if you are given an omen or an oracle about what the bloodline will become of. The other one will come up with a particular legacy that dated far back millennia. Concerning they want like you know how you have that type of anime where they are considered to be royal. That we want to put it like that. One of the royal families, so to speak. That's the tip which what it is. So when you look at the anime, look at the concept. So when the anime first started, they didn't even show that. Sure, you're a good teenager, high schooler, who had the ability to see ghosts. Which is normal to him, but not normal to everybody else around him. He sees things what other people not see. It was pretty much normal to him. Got a father who's a doctor, got two younger sisters, mom passed away when he was young. Go about his business, right? Until one entity that opened his horizon. They start to realize that there's far more just about dealing with ghosts. The boy don't realize he comes from a very unique bloodline. There's some backstory to his inheritance whatsoever. He get put into a world, into a realm that beyond comprehension, beyond logic. Didn't realize that his father had a very unique secret, but it wasn't even shown until a couple of arcs later. Very interesting. Hope you, if you can hear me, just put a one in the chat. I want to make sure that I can set the mic up here. Maybe you might see it, or maybe you may not. But that's what I put over here. But like I was saying, this was this is a how want to put it. I can't call it a drama film anime, but this is a very unique plot twist of an anime where the main character did not realize there's a lot of hidden secret about his particular family and bloodline they wasn't aware of. Until a few arcs down the line, he started catching hint of who he is, what he is. When people from different walk of life who almost have similar ability or not, I won't say they have similar ability, but it's very uniquely different for what it is. But what I find uniquely strange about this anime, to me, it was going extremely good. Or maybe 6 to 7 arc into the storyline. When we were coming out, they're working on some other project. Wasn't sure that they could continue because they were a very unique family that enjoyed the product. The storyline grew. The protagonist have a team of people who rely on him. One of them in particular was already a huge platform behind. You're getting stronger and stronger about it through the hardship you go through. Doesn't know why he doing what he do, but he did because at the sense of justice or simple responsibility, so to speak. So society, a society whereby the people be reapers to protect the soul when they die, they put to guide them into the right direction, so to speak. Our whole society has so many contradictions and conflicts of interest within himself. So I thought there should be two parties that put to be responsible for controlling what will happen to the soul. Hey, he came pretty a little better than the last time. Hey, Wally, how you doing?
All right. Give me a moment. Loading this up, right?
Yeah, I had to. I'm trying to make sure every anime show we talk about, we match the theme. See the background, Bakuya, and I have his number one rival, Ichigo,
I wouldn't say
in
he's
the
his
front.
number one rival, but okay.
Excuse me.
Uh, yeah, I wouldn't say that.
No, because Ichigo have been a thorn in his thigh for like many arcs.
Not really. I mean, you want to talk
Mm,
about the real rivalry? The real rivalry is the other guy, the Quincy. That's the real rivalry.
oh,
The
you mean the
Quincy
one they
classes.
created like you mean the created psychotic guy who had a scar on his eye?
No, the Quincy with the glasses.
Oh,
First
that one.
season. That's his main. That's really his main rival,
His main rival, but his main pain in the ass.
aka his main rival.
Yeah, but that's the main pain in the ass. It's like they're the real anime version of the odd couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixed emotion between both of them. So you want to take over the show and read through it? Because since you want to change the dynamic, how we go about it?
No, you're good to go. The
Sure.
real part of the
Okay.
dynamic is gonna be me with the questions.
Okay, no
Yeah,
problem, no
bringing.
problem. So, summary of this franchise that you want to talk about. Bleach is, like I said, one of the popular shonen anime series based on Tite Kubo manga. We're known for its supernatural action, mirror characters, and intricate world building. Which remember we in the last show we had a debate where Mandra came on the show talk about world building. I think that is one of the main key issues having a franchise where it built a unique world where the concept makes sense and the characters show a level of growth. That's what this anime was doing. The story centered on Ichigo Kiyosaki, a seemingly ordinary high school student with one extraordinary ability. He can see God, like I said earlier. His life takes a dramatic turn when he encountered Wikio Uchiki, a soul reaper Shinigami, what I said earlier, who duty it to guide departed souls. Plus, to the afterlife and the purified malevolent spirit known as Hollow. During a Hollow attack, Yukio was injured, and she is forced to transfer her power to Ichigo, making him terminology is substitute Soul Reaper SSR. Initially reluctant, Ichigo soon came to embrace his new responsibility, fighting Hollows, helping Spirit cross over. His journey rapidly escalated when Rikyo is arrested by the Soul Society, a spiritual realm where Soul Reaper reside, for the forbidden act of transferring her power. Ichigo, along with his spiritually aware friend, Orihime Inoue, Iyu Ishara, that the his rival, he's a Quincy, that's the other inflated report here. Remember I said earlier that two group of society that responsible for guiding the soul. One are the soul reapers, that I mentioned earlier. The other one is the Quincy. Yu Ishara is the Quincy who's supposed to be a rival to the soul reaper. An ancient race of spirit fighting ability. With spirit fighting ability, correct. And Natsutori Chad Sato. infiltrate the Soul Society to rescue her. This arc revealed the vastness of the Bleach universe, introduced a complex hierarchy of powerful True Reapers, and delved into the theme of justice, duty, and betrayal. And as the series progresses, Ichigo and his ally face increasingly formidable threats, particularly from rogue Soul Reaper Susake Azan, who seek to overthrow the society and to conquer all realms. It lead to an epic confrontation with either army of Aracars, which is called Hollow with Soul Reaper ability. I think not how do I put it? It would Hollow Soul Reaper ability or Advanced ability. I think I'll find that one later another time. In the desolate realm of Hyuko Mundo, Bleach explore Ichigo evolving power, the mystery of his lineage, which I mentioned earlier, the deep bond he formed with his friend and fellow fighter, the tail packed with intense sword fight, unique spiritual ability like the Soul Reaper transforming to Zakbatu. Now, the Zakbatu it could be a sword. That is an official name of that weapon they have. And a conscious struggle between good and evil, often blurring the line of what constitutes either. The narrative highlights theme of identity, sacrifice, friendship, and the eternal cycle of life and death, culminating into the grand war that decides the fate of all worlds. That is what the summary about. Now, I remember I said this. Hold on. I'll bring that day back out. They say the title is Bleach. Author is Tite Kubo. The manga run from August of 2001 over to August 2016 under the publication of Shonen Jump, right? The anime run, okay. It was 2004 in Japan to 2012. I remember saying earlier in North America, the series started in Canada first at September 9, 2006. Like keep that date in mind. Then later on in Cartoon Network, Adult Swim began airing Bleach in the United States at September 10, 2006. Now, I want you everybody look at the gap with the anime run. It ran from 2004 all the way to 2012, right? It took a 10-year break. Around that time, there was a lot of issues, a lot of dilemma, there was a lot of drama. The growing fan base of Bleach that was watching the anime, I wasn't sure they were reading the manga. But if they did, they saw something. They would expect something to happen. When they cut it short in 2012, there are a lot of mixed reviews, a lot of anger. Let's say if not even done yet, the manga still further down the line, going further than that. We don't know, or I don't know, what caused them to take that break and come back with the final huge arc called the Thousand Year Blood War, which resumed in 2022. There's about 74 volumes in the Bleach manga. Up to date is 366 original series episodes, plus the Thousand War Blood War continuation that started from 2024 to this year. I think we'll come back around 2025, 2026. If I'm correct about that. Do you have any input on this one, Wally?
No, not really, not yet.
Not yet.
No,
Okay.
I mean, I think this is pretty much straightforward right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to put what I know and understand about this franchise. He's been having a different perspective behind it. The world of Bleach. There's about five. One, two, three, four. There's 6 different worlds. The human world, which is mostly focused on Karakura Town, everyday life, but the spiritual phenomena are often unnoticed. is the Soul Society. That's the afterlife, the home of the Soul Reaper, the Wakongai, Siratai. The structured afterlife world with 13 military divisions. The Gotai 13. Mundo, probably like a shadow realm or the operative realm of the Soul Society. It's the home of the Hollow and the Arakon, a barren landscape. Hollow are corrupted spirits that prey on others, so and there's different ranking or different type of development controlling that one. The other dimension, which is the Hell dimension, and they have the Royal Palace, which, how would I put it, in the most recent arc in the start of the year, Blood War, you see a lot more about the Royal Palace. Power system they have in this anime, Irishi or Riasis, we want to call it. Future engine that how it worked different level. It's something like you want to call it. I know you cannot call it chi. I think I'm gonna leave it at Irishi. Irishi will have something about spiritual matter that could be used to create all kind of things, could create spell, could create energy, or create any spiritual being whatsoever. Zakpatu, Zakpatu or Zapakuto, it is Soul Reaper spiritual sword. Manifestation of the beginner level is Shinkai. That's the basic look what it would look like. When they mention Bankai, because Shinkai is the sword, natural release form. Bankai is the final more powerful form, like a next level upgrade. The hollow power is very different on multiple levels. You get a hero, the Gillian, the Mena Grande, then Bastolore. The level of their power vary based on the user. Quincy power are spiritual energy manipulation, bow, Richie absorption. Now, I'm going to stay around this area because the Quincy power is almost like a mirror opposite to that other Soul Reaper power. Some kind of way because there's an entity called the Soul King. He's the one that monitor and manage both the Soul Reaper realm and the Quincy realm, whereby they would either consider to be exiled or were kept in hidden for a particular reason. They both job with the mention not only monitor and manage the spirit realm, but also guide them to the right location where they're supposed to be, but also keep track of those who would not want to follow the path of the afterlife and becoming violent and becoming what you call hollow, that kind of thing. Um, what's next? I'm gonna make sure I keep all my information intact because I now watch it for many times. Main character are Ichigo Kiyosaki, the protagonist, substitute soul reaper, a human with immense spiritual power. Now, the user right here is to say correctly, inhabit three different type of power levels. Or let me rephrase this. No, not power. Let me rephrase that. Kiyosaki Ichigo, with a young teenager who did not realize he had three different type of spiritual power within his body. If you don't worry about spoiler alert whatsoever, then I'll give you the spoiler alert. If I should I, Wally? Wally? Are you there, Wally?
Oh, sorry. What happened now?
Oh yeah. I want to go into depth about Ichigo Kiyotake. Let you want me to break it down. Hey Marina, how you doing? About his spiritual ability?
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Kiyotake Ichigo, the main protagonist, he, like I say, he had a backstory concerning his lineage, his bloodline, and his ability. This character did not realize he has three different spiritual abilities. Later on, took him time throughout the whole franchise to figure out why he's so uniquely different from everybody else. Soul Reaper power is based from his father, who was the Soul Reaper, right? If I would throw the Easter egg, that's the Easter egg. His mother was a Quincy. There are two different power levels combined under one umbrella. He later developed a third ability, which is considered to be a halification. Why Ichigo have a very unique power that many other people in the Soul Reaper and the creature realm were trying to comprehend, but couldn't comprehend. Kuchiki is not only the Soul Reaper who gave Ichigo his power, but Choto a prominent member of one of the major families in the Soul Reaper society. That's Rukia Kuchiki. Iru Ishara, no, Ishida, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. The Quincy, rival and ally to Ichigo, but also part of a prominent family, and very uniquely prominent family among the Quincy. Orihime Inui is Ichigo's friend who have a unique healing and defensive ability, or you want to call it power. But there's the one, how you want to say this? I know Wally might think I'm crazy, but Orihime Inui is the ultimate pick-me. I will say it again. Orihime Inui in this anime franchise is the ultimate pick-me. This is the one that no matter where the dude was going through, she would die hard, willing to follow this man's program.
So what you're trying to say is she's a sucker. Hey, you call her a pig? You say she was a pygmy one to follow, so she was an ultimate sucker. That's what you're trying to say.
Wow.
Well, you should have never said she was a pygmy. You know how that statement goes around the block. So, I mean, the way you're saying,
Hold on.
ultimate sucker.
Cam up. We need to talk on this one. Cam up. Oh wow. You gonna say that right now?
I'm working a little bit in the back, but you can keep going.
Why do you consider pick me a sucker? Explain that to me.
Hello, that's the closest thing it is. So again, that's what I'm saying. Based upon how you're saying this, again, for the very wideness of what is a pick me and how it's being slandered out here, you're basically saying that she's a walking motherfucking bimbo.
What?
I mean, that's what you're saying. Like, oh, she was just with the shits because it's Ichigo.
No.
Like,
in my term, ladies and gentlemen, I think we will have a debate between me and Wally. In my term of pick me is one you call the ultimate wifey. You calling her
why you just couldn't say that she was just wifey? Why you have to say she's a pick me?
But she was.
Again, so she was an ultimate sucker.
Peter, don't stop.
Hey, you dig it? Sucker!
Don't stop right now. First and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, we have a different terminology. Here with the problem with our today black society.
No. So you just could have called her wifey. I don't know why you had to call her pick me.
No, pick me is a wifey.
I'm gonna say it again. You could have just called her wifey. You just could have called her wifey. You just really could have called her wifey. See, if you understand what pick me is and how people had either praised it or slaughtered it, again, I'm speaking on the standpoint of how they slaughtered it. This is what I'm saying. Why do you have to choose that word?
Okay, we want to call it. I want to be 1990 terminology with wifey. What will be the modern term you'll call it for up to date?
Wait, we'll say that again.
But one who following your program down to the T, what will you call it? Okay, she the ultimate marriage material. That better?
Sure. Still would be a wife.
Yes. So this one, she was that person whereby this dude can jump off the cannon. she went on question why he did it, but she was like, whatever you do, I will follow you down to thick and thin. And everybody else thought she was crazy. Like, why don't you open your mouth and criticize this dude? She was like, well, it's for a good reason.
And ladies and gentlemen, you see now why I'm sort of saying she was an ultimate sucker. That's why I said pick better terms. Look what you just said.
You're an asshole. You sort of add. This is why we need a female host up in here, because sometimes, lack of a better word, we need someone who can steer in the right direction. Anyway, before he trashed.
I mean, let's be real about one thing. It was in the right direction. You just sort of went left with it when you choose.
Okay, now since you know the character better than, or you know the character good as I do, how will you call her? Since you know her character very well, what would I call her?
Well, just like her establishment, she's Ichigo friend, air quotes, because we all know she's her secret lover. She has healing and defensive powers. They end up having a kid, I believe, later, if not in the TV series, in the manga. So,
I know, but the thing is, she was Ichigo permanent first aid kit, if you want to call it. Don't get me wrong, she had the best healing ability. Ichigo could go run head first, get his ass whooped, burnt, whatever. She will fix him up brand new, and he go right back and do the same thing. Not so?
Pretty much.
Then you had this guy, Yasutura, aka Chad. Sado is Ichigo's friend with a spiritual armor-based strength. Eric, we're not there yet.
Yes, Eric. Another night of madness. And I didn't start it this time. I damn sure added to it.
Yeah, Chad with Ichigo's friend with spiritual armor-based strength. This guy, I try to figure out what kind of person he is. A man of few words, tall. He come off a little mix of Negro / Latino flair of him. I might be wrong. How will you describe him, Wally?
It could be a max. Well, usually when you hear Chad's voice, right, in the animated series, he sort of either gives you A, Afro-Latino, or B, he could give you like some type of like mixed Afro-Italian in some senses, give or take. So he's got that sort of that bravado.
Yeah.
But definitely one thing's for sure, he keeps his life very private because he's not that much of a talking socialist.
Bingo. And he got that presence about him where you just look at you looking up like and in any moment, just let it out. Let us know you want to whip our ass or something.
But one thing I will say about Chad, amongst this whole branches of different worldly powers and things, he's one of these he's one of the rarities, the lower end rarities. He's a human enhancer, something of that standpoint. So these are the type of people that are able in the human world, they have abilities, but able to see what other people can't see, the natural scopes. So they can actually sort of bend in between the real world and the society, but they don't last as long as far as being important characters, sadly. Which sort of sucks.
Bingo. Then we got not different. I know it's Aiden, his last name. Sasuke Aiden, former captain, primary antagonist in many arcs, a egotistic freak, a egotistic nerd, think that he had no rival, fair to realize he got underhanded many times over. How would you call him?
What? How would I call it? Aizo. So for me, how to describe Aizo. So when you guys first see Aizo, if you're someone that's brand new to the anime that never watched it, you'll see Aizo as a regular, everyday person of the Soul Society, but in given time, you know how they say like when a person wears glasses, they sort of just look like a natural everyday person, but it's like once they take the glasses off, that
Mm-hmm.
real edgy side comes out. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's him. That's him. That's the until he puts those glasses down, you're starting to see that real edgy side. The picture that you see right now, you on the screen, you really start seeing the edgy side of him. And boy, the edgy side of him is a nightmare for a lot of people.
I won't say a nightmare.
Oh, not the way they depicted it. He was a nightmare for a lot of people.
He was way more than a nightmare. He was like a thriller. Like seriously, was this guy one of us? How he one of us? And we didn't realize this the kind of person he really is. The fact that there are characters that neither Soul Society, aka the Soul Reaper, nor the Quincy could not destroy. That what made it very, very weird. He became a character. It was like saying, yo, we need to put an anchor on this dude. This dude, you can't let him be what he be. Because he can go run amok. Cause he was doing he was how you wanna call it? You know the type of doctor that work in the Olympic and he tests everybody? He violated a lot of people.
Pretty much.
That was that dude right there. Straight up violated. You would think
Yeah, don't think you're violating souls.
he was violating soul, violating people, violating anything. He's one of the reasons why Ichigo got his many powers. If you think about it, for doing the 1,000 year arc, 1,000 year blood war arc, it showed how it's no. Even before that, when his father taught him the ultimate move, got a book about how he came to be because his mom was a Quincy, father was a Soul Reaper, but was through an experiment that he was conducting. So Ichigo became his favorite test subject. Because he never thought and never believed that a Soul Reaper power can combine with a Quincy power. Which was something very, very unique. That's what he is. Keisuke Urahara is the extreme ultimate widow. Smart.
AKA he is the anime not hobo, but
Hobo.
what was the word I'm looking for? Damn it, I forgot what I was thinking. Damn it.
Hermit.
Well, not hermit, but pretty much close to it. But hipster. He's your anime hipster. There he is.
Way worse. Ain't egotistic, but the guy can back it up. With that dude, if you think you can outsmart him, he's already outsmarting you while you outsmarting him. He had a backup plan against your backup plan against his backup plan against your backup plan. He was extremely annoying. It was like he was the most unorthodox scientist in the story, but he found ways that I think would be considered to be illegal, according to a social society standard, because he was doing things. You think Sosaka Aize were doing experiment? They guy were doing way more experiment.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why you see former Soul Society scientists living in human world. Hello.
What were you doing in the living world? What was he really doing?
It's called conducting his projects without being tested by a motherfucking saying, hey, look here, you may not understand this. I do.
How you want to say this? Can we call it what it is? He was crossing the border, doing illegal experiment, knowingly No, if you were
I
back on his
mean,
home turf,
look, I find it funny how it's illegally for him to do it, but then yet they have another whole scientist in the freaking Soul Society that's doing it. I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying. There's a big scientist that you have in the Soul Society, but okay.
see, this is why
I
I say
mean,
this
maybe he's
anime.
not crossing as much borders as he is, but I'm just saying, like, you give one
I'm
person
glad
some
you.
high rank.
I'm glad you say that because this level of contradiction that I was observing when I was watching this franchise, I was like, I said, hold up, let me get this straight. This guy was exiled due to multiple violations.
You know what I think about this when I
You
hear
no,
this?
hold on. You kick him out for multiple. The level of how later than that. I want to break down how bad it is. But big guy
I know
was
exactly how to break this down.
big guy was a walking violation. You want to talk about rule breakers? You would throw the book. You would throw the kitchen sink at this dude. You would throw the toilet bowl at this dude. You will apologize. I didn't realize I broke the rule and go back and do it even more. So
There
much
you
to the
go.
point. So much to the point they had to kick him out of Soul Society. And yet, while he did that, you have one who did way worse than him staying inside. Make it make sense.
I will. See, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a comic book fan, here's the comic equivalence of this, right? Think
Mm-hmm.
about your Soul Society leader being Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kai Suk is pretty much Iron Man, aka Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy that's trying to sit here and tell you, hey, look, we need to be able to test outside the norms. And you're like, no, test within inside the norms. And guess what? When things start to tend to happen and you're trying to find solutions to why you can't, stop these certain things from happening, he's the guy that's going to be right there looking at you like, see, this is why we need to be testing things. But no, you and your freaking bylaws. There you go. There you go. That's the equivalent right there. That's the equivalent right there. He's pretty much, from a DC standpoint, he's Batman saying "fuck the government."
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you put it like he is the anime version of Batman in a way. Oh, come to it. And what make it bad about it? Whenever Soul Society fuck up, he have a unique way of rubbing it in. Like, I told you so.
That's the whole point.
You know, if you were to make money of all I told you so, this guy would have been a multi-trillionaire. And what's bad about it, hear how violating this guy really is. You get kicked out of a society, right? Like, no, let me rephrase it. I hear you gonna laugh. You get kicked out of a corporation, right? You have a level 6 badge, right? Your badge was taken from you. His badge was taken from him. His privilege was taken from him. Whatever access he had was considered to be stripped, right? Right? So while his access was stripped, this asshole have a back door. Level 9. That nobody. When I say he's a walking violator, he's one of the top employees. If you don't do a proper background check on you, you're not gonna know how many people he violating rules on regular. He was kicked out to the point where he's not supposed to have access to get in.
Supposedly.
Tell me how he have the accent that even the head scientist didn't know that he had. And whenever something goes, he just walking. Hey, I see you got problem, nigga. How you?
Again, like I said, this is why I said the perfect equivalence of Batman.
But
The ninja that always knows how to get to anywhere and everywhere in a blink of an eye. Like, bitch, it's like, how do you get in here? I don't know. You know how the fuck I got in here. I violated it.
every time I watch when they category be in the scene, shit is hitting the fan. Okay, I think you have a problem. I thought we took all your keys from you. Oh, I had
Yeah, you took all the keys. Like, I didn't know how to get in here without them. You stupid son of a bitch.
yo. They had to body search him, soul search him, filter to make sure there's no other backup key. Another incident happened. He's still walking again. He got, it
This
was
is
like,
what you call the ultimate pre-prep of ultimate pre-preps of anime.
yo, he was so on do not want in here list that whenever he come in, you can tell people were catching. It's either in the brain. You can see the vein popping. Like, I thought we got rid of your ass. I thought we blocked all your asses. One time, we've made it worse. They thought they took control of all his labs. Oh yeah, I got a lab within the lab, something that you didn't realize I have in there. I just, it was like, when did you? Oh, I anticipated that. Well, you would take my lab from me, and the other lab, and the other. So I made another alternative, just in case. And like, seriously, this guy was a. And I thought Aiden was a violator. And Aiden was feeling himself like, ain't no man near my level. I realized he was being somebody through the whole time. Literally. While Aiden was watching him, I didn't realize while you were watching him, he was watching you the whole time. Watching him. Make it make sense.
Oh, I can make it perfect sense. See, ladies and gentlemen, do you know anyone that knows what it means to feel hunted is the hunter? In this case, he know that he was being hunted and he made the same hunt. The only thing is he was hunting way before he was hunting him.
The whole time. And it threw, not only it threw Aiden off. Aiden was like trying to figure out when did it. And the guy just looked at him. Don't waste your time. You ain't gonna figure it out. Don't waste your time. Even when he got locked up and he saw the guy's face, he was like, I still don't get it how you able to pull off all this shit and not you being locked up. I'm locked up, but you're not. Like, you know, he's supposed to be locked up for multiple violation, but somehow.
Let's be real. Yeah, even Batman was locked up and he still figured out how to get out.
They made that guy more dangerous than Batman in the anime. That's how weird and funny he is. But it's almost like he was almost like the Bleach version of Sasuke. Double agent, triple agent, quadruple agent, always keeping an eye. As if you were given the only spectrum agent, I know our people would F up. Can you please keep an eye on all of us just in case we F up again?
Pretty much.
That's what he was. He's the ultimate violator. He break every rules in the books. Get kicked out of the company. But only the higher up know that we might be kicking you out because we know our rules are not keeping you in check, but you're doing things for the right reason to keep our ass safe. So just to make it easy for you to have your way to do what we want to do, you're kicking you out so that we don't have to worry about suing you, fining you. Because when we're trying to fine you, you're never gonna pay.
And ergo, that it's real simple. See, this is the price. Sometimes, you know what they say. You know how they say sometimes rules are meant to be broken. He is the definition of it. The moment you open the cracking of the book, literally, when you look it
Think
up,
about
he's gonna be the picture of it. He's the definition of rules got to be
he
broken.
breaks so much rule that even the rule want to sue his ass. The rule is still want to sue him. If you willing to sue him, you're still gonna lose. Let me tell you why I need to break your rule because the rule was not protecting you. I have to protect you from yourself. Pretty much that. That's why I say this anime was very unique because their character was a broken character. It was not make. It was almost making logical sense, but at the same time not making logical sense. I would say the person who built the anime made a very unique character. The factions. Gotai 13, the military society, which is a soul society that defends each division have a unique fighting style and captain. Notable one, Bakuya Fugichi, the older brother of Rikyu, Kenpachi Dawaki, monster. That's the only thing I can think of.
You said monster. No, devil. That man is not meant for. He is not normal. Kampachi. So that man is not a normal man. I put it on
No,
everything. You facing him is like facing death.
something's wrong with that character. Kenpachi is not a normal character. I'm sorry. That's another broken character. That is.
This is a guy that doesn't even needs to call his own freaking Zen guy to even really beat your ass. Like that's how bad it is.
The problem is his power level is abnormal. He had to put a patch with it like a restrainer to eat. Dude had to suppress his power level so bad because his power level was overwhelming everybody else. Literally. He was a walking disaster. If anybody watched on this anime called Black Clover, right? That one particular character who was psychotic, you always say, there's nothing I cannot cut. Cut anything. You got it from this guy. Ken Pot, if you think he cannot cut you, best believe he's slicing you. And if he can slice you, you will enjoy trying. And for some reason, he keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So why he trying to cut you? That's one power. Toshiro Hisugaya. They what you call young prodigy. They're young, special, with the ultimate ego. That's him. And he's a pretty boy. I hate that. You know why I hate that? Get what they gave him as an assistant. Y'all look him up. Toshiro Hisugaya. Look at his lieutenant. What she look like. What she like to do when she hang out with him. It was almost like an annoying combination of a straightforward, serious, and an ultra flirtish assistant. Sometimes some of the pun, I'll be like, yo, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to sneak and hit in agenda in this anime? Well, I know damn what I'm talking about. That's why he had a little smoke in his face.
I mean, are you talking about Tetsuya? Is Tetsuya the one with the hat with the pink flower robe? With the double sword?
Sword, he had the ice sword.
Oh, you talking about that smooth mofo.
Yeah, that genius. Prodigy.
Now, you want to talk? Okay, you said prodigy. Okay. So, yeah, well,
And you remember his
he wasn't
assistant.
just a prodigy. He was actually a survivor. That's what he really is.
Yeah,
You're
here's the
wondering
thing.
why I say this, ladies and gentlemen? Tetsuya is, well, let's say this, right? His Bankai was not the first or the only Bankai. There was actually a copy Bankai. But the funny thing is, in the Soul Society, whenever there is quote unquote a rare coincidence where people have a copy Bankai, only one person can wield Bankai in the Soul Society, and the other one got to die. Let's just say to Zero, he lived.
Yeah, they had some after Lord. But the thing is, he went through a lot, but his assistant is the ultimate flirt. I'm wrong.
Oh, I ain't say nothing.
It's like you took the character of Who Framed Roger Rabbit, took off her red dress, give her a kimono, and the point does not fit her at all. It just oozing out. Am I lying, Wally?
Oh, this guy right here.
Am I lying, Wally? Tell me if I'm lying.
Why do I feel like you're talking about the one with the orange hair?
Yeah, she's always around.
Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
See, he's laughing because he knows damn
You
what I'm
go. I know
Whenever
exactly
she,
what you was
whenever
talking
she
about.
come into the scene, it's almost as if it's another thing altogether.
Whatever.
Her shit don't fit. But it's almost as if she's struggling to keep it in.
I mean, it does fit. You got someone that's so serious, and then you got someone that's so laid back. It's like you got the person that's laid back trying to help you be less serious, and then you got the serious person that's trying to tell you be more serious.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember when we say Berserker is the darkest anime out there? Imagine you to take some of that darkness and add it to Bleach. That thing will be leaking out.
There's already in some formalities in its own darkness.
I know, Bleach is its own dark, but this one add some of the what we saw over there in Berserk and bring it over here. Our thing will be leaking out too many times. We have a bunch of censor moments. You can't say that enough. So
We got a bunch of what moments?
censor moment. No one she and
I mean,
don't
I
lie.
wouldn't say that would be censored.
Don't lie, because
unless the
many times she pop up, he trying to disappear. He do not want to be around Torah because you know she be doing some nonsense. He be like,
well,
am I wrong?
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying, well,
Because that was the issue with her. She was always doing things that he could see in his face. He was like, I can't whoop her ass. She's my assistant. I can't kick her out. She's under me. Why am I stuck with her? Kind of thing.
Something a lesson.
Every time she always teasing him. I'm like, yo, that's your boss, mind you. It's like saying you have an assistant or secretary assistant.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, how much times have y'all seen a quote unquote TV series where you have an assistant? Yeah, you're a male and you have a female assistant. We all know what goes down. Things get big and boy. Things get jumpy, boy. And out here, things get out of sight.
Yeah, but she was terrorizing his ass. You could see this guy this boy was forever pissed with her. She will do things. He will look at her like, and you can tell he can't do shit, but he's like, what did I sign up for this? It's like, come on. You will set her on errand. That's so she can disappear. Don't get me wrong, she's a baddie, but seriously, that's real bad. Shushu Kiyoraku. If I remember correct, she the one was used for a lot of violation from Aiza. Idle user, brain watcher, remote control her behind, make her do things that she didn't know that she was being used for. She was a problem child. The Espada. The Espada probably be the rival and the opposite of the Gold Tie 13. These are the 10 elite Arancas ranked by their strength under Aizen. Notable ones are Yuakuero, number 4. Ichigo whooped that ass.
Grimjaws.
Renja, number 6. Ichigo survived that one. Stock, number 1. He's a loner.
I believe that's the blind one, right? Spark.
What?
I believe the Spark was like the
Stock
blind.
was the Desperado. He had like a gun and he had a wolf thing he was doing. That's the loner.
Okay.
Baragon was the AKA Deck King. Where anything when he revealed his true power, everything turned to ash. Like it aged away. Decay. He was the king of decay. Think about it. He had a regular fate, but when he unleashes from his power, he's like the king of death. Skull.
Yeah, because I gotta remember these guys' faces amongst the names.
I remember it clear. And
I know a few of. I remember a few of them, but that's what I'm saying. Like one of them, I know was blind, but I thought he was one of the top gun guys.
Mm-hmm. This one, Tira number 5, she was a walking contradiction. It's the one who had 2 modes. She had the baby mode, slobber, but when she matured herself, she was the opposite of Toshio assistant, but she's more straightforward, but she ain't flirty with it. Like I tell you, I watched this anime down to the T. They have very weird, unique characters, for real. The Quincy, another rival to the Gotai 13, spiritual weapon user that absorbed Rechi, which is dangerous. Long was believed a thing by Soul Society, what they were hiding. They found an arc revealed the secret empire on the Witch and the power hierarchy on the Yawitch. Very, very contradictory. The theme, which is it's heavy on a lot. Death and afterlife, a lot of it. Power and identity, oh, plenty of it. Sacrifice, duty, and protection. Yep. Corruption, and let's leave the corruption part alone. Way too much corruption. Way, way, way too much corruption.
We were
Rebellion. Rebellion. Well, you hear me complain about all different type of rule rebellion that we're doing. Contradictory rebellion.
the corruption.
Flirting rebellion. Inner strength and external power. Plenty of that. Friendship and loyalty. Yo, sometimes you wonder, like, are they really friends or are they backstabbing each other? Level of loyalty. Ooh, that's an anime. Justice and morality. Yo, that word morality? That was the number 1 on the plate. I'm not contradicting more than they had in this series, this franchise. Too many. We have some after philosophy. You type, man, where you get this one from? Cultural impact. This is where I want Wild to speak on because he understands this was considered to be what I mean. You want to take over, Wally? Because this is where we were discussing about it behind the scene.
Go ahead, keep on.
Okay. Cultural impact. They were considered one of the big 3. They're the term we use in anime. The big 3. He was the one that made their presence stamped in the anime arena. It was Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. These were the 3 juggernauts. that broke in the door wide open. But what's strange about it, if we are correct about it, right? Dragon Ball came before this, right?
Yes.
Mobile Suit Gundam came before this, right?
Yes.
How come we didn't have Big Two?
Big Two.
Which, huh?
What are you talking about?
Dragon Ball franchise, Dragon Ball D franchise, and the Mobile Suit Gundam franchise were the first to open the door before the Big Three did. Did it not?
Well, not quite. Well, there
Okay,
because
elaborate.
there's a big, just like there's a big three in the early 2000 eras or the 2000 eras. There's a big three in the 90s. There's a big three in the 80s.
Okay, what were the Big Three in the 90s?
Okay, wait a minute. So let me go get my information because
this is where we need to bounce head behind the scene. We were going back and forth.
As far as the big three of the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
this is the 90s, right?
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Z,
Mm-hmm.
Sailor Moon, and Yu Yu Hakusho. Again, you are just unacceptable and disrespectful.
Hold on. How come Mobile Suit Gundam was not part of the Big Three?
One, well, let me help you out. So, as far as other considerations of the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
these were others that you could have swapped in if you didn't favor the three names that I named primarily. But let's be honest. Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Yu Yu Hakusho, literally, undoubtedly, the big three of the 90s. I'm telling you this now. If you're trying to tell me Sailor Moon doesn't deserve to be there, you are fucking lying.
Hold on. So you telling me Sailor Moon outperformed Mobile Suit Gundam? That's a fighting word. I'll say it again.
Do you not know that Sailor Moon can bust?
Hold on.
Ain't no way.
This is fighting word.
You're
right
talking
now.
about somebody that actually has powers versus a suit that got to be piloted by a human. Are you serious?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our first conflict of interest. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, understand this for the anime heads out there, for those that been here since the dirt, since the grind. If you know what I know, please hit a brother up and hit the comment section and speak on it. Because Sailor Moon tapping ass. Like, let's just keep that shit a buck.
And if you have been here doing the grind, doing the dirt, and know of the huge impact that Mobile Suit Gundam.
So you're trying to say Sailor Moon don't have it either?
Not on, like, come on.
If it doesn't have impact, why is it part of the big three? Remember, anime was more leaning towards who again? Guys? Okay.
Because who have been consistent to this very day?
Consistent as far as what? Because last time I checked, Gundam is a multi-universe.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Exactly. Don't you dare. But let me get off of that real quick. Other than the other choices, the three choices that I had, if you had made a switch, the other ones that were close in par was Slam Dunk, was Runa Kinshi, Neo Genesis Evangelist, and Pokemon. Those are the only other options you could have picked.
Pokemon and the wild card.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, it's one of the many up there, so I can see why people would do it. But that's amongst the early 90s, right? Now, if you want to talk about the 80s, now this is where your argument comes into play, sir. But first and foremost, the order is Dragon Ball, aka the very first one when Goku was a child, Fist of the North Star, and Saint Seiya's.
That is true.
That is amongst the 80s big three. Now,
we did talk about Saint Seiya, but we didn't talk about Fist of the North Star because that's the whole.
Well, yeah. But other than those three selections, other people could have picked Mobile Suit Gundam. Of course, that's various seasons, so of course, more likely anything close to that time frame. Akara, and then Yurusi Yatsura. How that shit. That's the comedy
I
bit.
may not remember that because
Yeah.
I know the 80 was like
Hold on, let me look.
the discovery of anime, big time.
You can some say that.
Bit on the North Star was one of those anime. It was, I hate to
Oh
say
yes,
it.
this is that. What the? Yeah, this was
Oh,
a throwback comedy bit. That last one I just said. Okay, this one's crazy. I don't know.
if everybody don't know this right now, they're doing a reboot of Fit on the North Star. It'll be coming out in 2026, which I'm shocked. But this is one of the OG. You talk about OG. Fit to the North Star is right up there. It was more, and yeah, they were the first. They have a live action version long before One Piece, and it didn't really sit well. You know, while we talked about behind the scene about the live act version of Fit to the North Star, and I was like, what in the hell is this? Because somehow, ladies and gentlemen, this is a true story. The live action version of One Piece kind of inspired Peter, aka the Ghost, aka the Spotter, to actually check out the anime. He told them my epic and no, because no. Here's the thing, Eric. There's a lot of debate concerning the 80s, the 90s, and 2000s. Who left a big impact concerning anime in the Western Hemisphere? That's all gonna be a debate, regardless it'll be like it or not. And this has been going on for a while. Because if that was the case, right? The 80s, that was around the same time Voltron came out. It's not so?
Let me go check. Probably.
Because here where the computer came to play, everybody thought Voltron was a cartoon. Now realize it was actually an anime.
Yeah, 1984.
That did that is where the conflict come into play. Because Voltron was heavy. Was it not?
Yeah.
Everybody know the history of Voltron. The original name was Go Lion. That was the Japanese name for Voltron. But due to good marketing, they call it Voltron over here. And I think we did a show about Voltron, did we not?
I think we did, but that was on the Saturday show.
You want to start the show? There were two versions of Voltron. You had the Lion Voltron and the Vehicle Voltron. I'm not sure if we were able to do the show on our anime show because we might have to break it down in detail. Then
Yoko Voltron?
what?
See these are see these adaptations. These
No, because Voltron had way too many adaptations. Way too many. Way too many. Because the original one, OG one, started with a lion. Everybody thought it was going to end. Now we're like another arc where we have the, I want to put it. What that name of the unit the original one came from? The United States Explorer, what would we call it? Well, that's the name of the team they are part of. When they five of them volunteered to go to the Voltron, planet to pilot Lion. They're part of a unique small special force that were able to guard the galaxy. Remember what they call it? That's how the second Voltron came into play. So it was like they're two different universes. It was a continuation of it. It's just that they had their own Voltron that were working on. But they were the original Voltron that was already being developed already, and they put to revive that one first. That was the Lion Voltron. Right? When they deal with Darkon and his son, Prince Lo, what was his name? Prince Lothar, if I remember correctly. When he got wiped out, they deal with the real puppet master behind the scene. And then when you have the vehicle Voltron. Look it up. Let's see if I can remember quickly.
I mean, we're trying to. I mean, look that about. Make that another Showtime. We'll make that because let's focus on this one.
Voltron original.
Really very on wrong question.
Original storyline. Let's see. Are we out? The original Voltron tournament was a ticket in the Voltron Defender on the Universe, featuring the 5 spaces for Keith, Lance, Page, Hunk, and Swerve. Later replaced by Swerve's brother, Seven, which is weird, who pilot 5 robotic lines that combine to form the giant robot Voltron. They defend planet Eros from the evil Khan Darkon and his son Lothar, I was correct, and with Haga, we create the World Beast, right? That was the Lion Force. The other Voltron, the vehicle Voltron, but I'm trying to remember the exact name of the team they were a part of. Now, here what is very funny about it though. It made so many adaptations of the original Voltron, but never made the adaptation of the second Voltron. You ever notice that?
Apparently, because all I know is the line forms. You talking about cars?
Yeah, it was a cars, with the air team, the sea team, and a land team, right? That was the vehicle Voltron. With a
Sounds like
separate
Power
team
Rangers
of
with the
it was
elements.
a separate team of 15 vehicles that combined into different robots.
Yeah.
And here the joke though. You're not gonna believe it. When I put it into Google, you're not gonna believe it. I'll read it right now. The original series also includes Vehicle Voltron, a separate team of 15 vehicles that combine into a different robot, and there was planned for a third Voltron. You know that?
Well, we'll talk about that in a different episode. No, let's get this.
So you're not gonna throw that into this. No. Eric, come on. What do you mean? Sorry for the bigger. I didn't have any night to say, so come on. You have a lot of nice things to say. Come on, Eric. But what I'm talking about is this. Based on the cultural impact, one of the big 3. Yes, it was one of the big 3 of the 2000 era. There was a 2000 era big 3. There was a 1990 era of the big 3. And there was a 1980 era of the big 3. There are like 3 different rounds of big 3s. It influenced the generation of manga and anime, especially with the hybrid power system. Correct. It revived anime industrial buzz with the thousand. No, I don't know about that part. It revived the anime industry buzz with the 1,000-year Blood War arc adaptation. I want your opinion on that part.
I think the only reason why it's sort of saying that statement. So, for instance, let's say for any like anime series that ended off too soon when you should have been keep going, but then came back and there was instant buzz for it. I'm guessing that's what they're talking about.
But look at it though. It took a break around 2012 and came back in 2022.
Right.
While they were not in the you call it transition or in the broadcast, there were many other anime that filled in the gap. So why would they say they revived the anime industry?
Well, you got to think again. You got to think about it from a standpoint of this being a more bigger one than the rest. Again, it's like you got to think about it from this point. If you told me today, especially from just looking at just the 2000s and moving on, this is one of the many animes you would think should have more in the tank, but went on a 10-year hiatus and came back. Yeah, it revives the buzz because, again, for those people that are true Bleach stans, they were happy to see this come back. So
No,
it could be.
Here why I agree. Let me tell you why. I go into Google right now while we were talking about it, right? Search Lab AI overview. Some of the big name anime titles that premiered between 2012 to 2022 include the following: Attack on Titan. But there's no buzz behind that.
I'm gonna say it like this: there was probably bugs for those that watched it. I wasn't one of them.
Okay, fine.
But I'm just one person. So
okay, One Punch Man 2015.
I watched One Punch Man to a degree. He sort of killed himself because you just constantly keep one punching shit. That's boring. I'm
Okay.
sorry. You can't sell me that you're in competition, yet you always eventually outbeat the competition. I mean, it sort of made it a little bit struggly eventually, which thank goodness they
Mhm.
try to get that balance. But in most cases, like, bro, you just one punching shit.
Okay.
But
2016.
still good.
My Hero Academia.
Now,
You cannot tell me there was no
again,
buzz on that one.
I did not heard about. Well, let me rephrase that. I did heard about My Hero Academia. I never watched it though, but I do know that there is a trend out there for it. So I'm not saying that's not the case. But again,
So you-
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that. Again, when it says revise the anime industry, but
Mhm.
I'm not saying like nothing else in that drought didn't help keep anime in the spotlight. But what I am saying is, at the end of the day, okay, think of it like this. If you told me today Bleach had a 10-year drought, well, then why didn't Bleach fall off the big three and someone else came in his place?
Mm.
That's how I'm gonna put it there. That's how I'm gonna put it there.
Good point. Good point. But here's the thing. My Hero Academia. No one cannot tell me there was no huge buzz behind that one.
I never said it did. I said it did have buzz. I mean,
That
all
was
the animes you name had buzz. I mean, again, they
that
all
was
had buzz.
and that was 2016. 2019, Demon Slayer. Can't tell
That
that was no
also
buzz.
had buzz.
Okay. Okay. So tell me how they say this will revive the industry.
Again, how can I point this out? Like, again, 10-year drought. Okay, 10-year drought. You had a 10-year drought. Any of the
Yeah.
animes within that 10-year pathway could have came in, put out many works, and stepped right in over. Why didn't they?
But they mentioned that this revived the anime industry buzz.
Well,
Because
again,
Demon Slayer in 2019. But a lot of people talked about that one. A lot.
I know they do.
2020, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Again, I'm gonna say this very much so. If you told me today, revive the anime industry buzz with the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. If I told you today, let's say there were people still talking about anime, regardless of the 10-year drought that Bleach was in. Okay,
Mhm.
there's still people talking about Attack on Titans to a degree to the point of this. But think about this: you told me today to the point of Attack on Titan starting to the point that you got to the thick of it to the where you can talk about it in so much many theoretical ways and multiple sceneries.
Mhm.
Then there is a way for you to be like there's enough graphs to think about it. My thing
Okay.
is think of it like this: if I said Bleach is gone for 10 years, but people are still somewhat talking about it behind the scenery, and then you now bring up the 1,000-Year Blood of War arc, which more likely again is in the manga, which people would already know about. People
Mhm.
are going to be buzzing about, oh, I wonder how they're going to play this out, how will they depict it, how they will do this and that, da 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 da. Again,
Okay.
I'm tired.
What about this one, 2022, same year? They came back. Spy and Family. Spy X Family.
Say it again.
Spy X Family.
Oh, Spy Spec. Again, heard about it.
Okay. What year did the Dick game come out? Hold on, I'm gonna look this one up right now because they didn't put that in the list. Let's see. What year is Hunter X Hunter?
Oh, Hunter x Hunter is two
Is
different years. Like there's 1 year depiction, and then there's another one.
hold on. I'm glad you said that. Hunter x Hunter aired between 2011 to 2014.
Right.
So there was no buzz during that time during the hiatus of Bleach.
Again, not saying there wasn't,
I'm just
but again,
saying.
if you're saying all these enemies had this buzz, why did none of them beat? Why did none of them beat out Bleach for bit out of the big three? Why he didn't beat it out? Why?
You got a point. You got a
I'm
point.
still gonna stand on that. Why?
I get you got a point. I'm just bringing out some of these these
But notice one thing. I've been hearing a whole bunch of commentary of Solo Leveling out is somehow being a part of the big three name.
They
Why is that being out there being considered, but yet none of the other ones before it is being considered it.
Good point. Good point. I was talking about that before because so 11 wouldn't hear that long enough, and they want to
Well,
put
of
that
course, but
in
I'm saying the fact that people are making that sort of buzz out there that they're
or making that
considering it,
suggestion or calling it suggestion.
right? Buzz suggestion, however, and they're saying that, and they're making a thing about that. I haven't heard that in the same for all the other ones.
Another new name, Chainsaw Man, 2022.
I
Dark
heard,
Factory
yeah,
action.
I heard that.
I don't know how I can watch. My kid love it.
I heard about it. Haven't watched it yet.
This is why I've been trying to make sense on a lot of things, like, and we got more. JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Can tell me there was no buzz on that one.
Again,
It came out. It
I
came out in
agree.
2012. It's funny. It came out in 2012. The year they took a break. The year they came in.
That's the start of JoJo's Venture, right?
Yeah.
So again,
2012.
I like the idea. I think the only difference is because for JoJo, at the start, you gave a premise on Vamps and of course Haman. Then they switched it up to a whole bunch of stands and everything else. So yeah,
Psychopath. I never got a chance to watch. I heard that was a cool anime. 2012. Never got a chance to watch Psychopath, but I heard it was a very cool ass anime. This one, I don't care anybody want to tell me this one had a buzz for a good long time. Soul Art Online. 2012. No one can tell me there was no buzz on this one.
I wouldn't say a
How
lot of people were
people
about it overall.
people were into a virtual reality gaming, had a unique headset. They log in and turn to find out the creator of this gaming headset lock your brain into it. You can't come out. You can't log out. Everybody who's in the game was stuck in the game for multiple years. So in the real world, you're like in a coma, but in the game, you're alive, playing. You can't tell me there was no buzz. Hunter x Hunter started in 2011, yes. The major arc started in 2012. Kill la Kill started in 2013. That had a buzz.
Yeah, but Kill la Kill was only a one-off season after that.
Mob Psycho 100, 2016. We had Weed Zero. I heard you had a unique buzz, but I only think that's heavy. Vinland Saga. Buzz. That started in 2019. Cyberpunk Edge Runner, based on the game, I believe. Okay, fine.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So I got some notes updates. So this
Go
is
ahead.
the reason why they would say that it, revived the anime industry buzz. So number one, rectifying a flawed ending. The original Bleach anime ended abruptly in 2012, leaving fans of the manga hanging as the final arc was never animated. The manga's ending itself was also a point of contention for many readers, with accusations of being rushed due to the creator Tate Kubo's health issues and strict deadlines. The TYBW anime offered a chance to fix these issues. Kubo's direct involvement as general supervisor has allowed for added scenes, extended lore, and improvements pacing that addresses criticisms of the manga, essentially delivering the definitive edition of the final arc. This commitment to quality and fan satisfaction is a huge draw. So pretty much them righting the wrongs of that flawed ending and everything else to help fix your people's mind frames on that was the reason why that helped out the whole industry buzz. That's
Makes
one.
sense. Okay. Next
From
one.
number 2, long-awaited return of the Big Three series. AKA, this is what I'm talking about. For it being gone on a 10-year drought, but you never get outpacked by nobody else. This is my main point. So that's just one of it right there. But it goes on to say Bleach was one of the big 3 shonen animes along One Piece and Naruto during its peak.
And I give you a part for that because Naruto was still going on at the time. One
Right.
Piece was still going on at that time, so I give you that one. So next
Right.
one.
Its absence from the anime scene for a decade left a void for many fans. The return of such a global, recognized, and beloved franchise naturally created immense hype and brought back a massive, dedicated fan base while also attracting new viewers curious about its legacy. Which is why I said you can name all these other animes, but they weren't outpacking Bleach out of the big 3.
Okay, I give you that. No, I give you that. I just want to make a logical argument on that. Right? And I agree with that because when I saw that, I was thinking like, hold on, there's a lot of good names, but when you read that article, it made perfect sense.
Right.
Next cultural impact, 130 plus million manga copy sold worldwide. That, my friend, is a major cultural impact. You agree?
I would agree.
Influence on other anime and manga, which it did. And more character design and battle, which is very much true. Now, I will be honest with you, I don't think anybody can argue with this one. But Bleach has some of the very best opening and ending on their series. Hand down. Compared to Naruto Shippuden when it first started. It was like there's a lot of cool songs, a lot of cool hits here and there. That's where they ended. What's your point?
Okay, what my point? Mario's what again?
Because the music opening and ending.
No, yeah, it's definitely one of the more better soundtracks you have. Would I say it's the best soundtrack? I mean, I heard a lot of soundtracks from other people, so I couldn't really say for sure. Because there's got the soundtrack from the Yu Yu Hakusho. I like. They got a soundtrack from who?
Makes sense.
And then also, I ain't gonna lie, throwback Dragon Ball Z. They got that throwback rap soundtrack anime when they had it back then. That shit was tough. It's very hard to say. It's very hard to say.
I give it that because when the introduction to Naruto Shippuden with that rap entry, but I say it hit.
And Naruto's especially the one for Shippuden, that
was the what?
But you have people saying, if I get a funeral, I need that to be played at my funeral. Like that's like literally, people want that to be played at their funeral. Like what?
That was one of the That was one of the best opening anime soundtrack. The fact that it showed Naruto looked like was rapping to the song, it was like, hold up. It was a ringtone request. When that song hit, I know I wasn't the only one. Everybody, I need to have that on my ringtone. I need to have that. That was the hit. That's how bad it was. The name Bleach, fun fact, which I didn't know, referred to a purification of soul and hollow max. That's new to me. Kubo is heavily inspired by music and fashion. For short, I'm sorry. Every opening for Bleach episode was filled with nothing but music and fashion. At where the clothes, it was like saying this is a fashion show, and the music was hidden. Famous opening: Asterisk, Orange Range, The Techno Life, UV World, Rolling Star. It had a lot of hits. But then again,
I didn't know you.
Now it was shipping it with my thing. It was like the opening, I was feeling like the hip hop thing. I was like, I would have.
But real quick though, because this is a little cautionary tale because now we hear the reason why this thing sort of tanked the way it did on that 10-year hiatus was because of the strict deadlines, which contradicted with the creator's health. Like this is a cautionary tale. Why are people rushing people just to get this done when, like, let the person breathe enough to just write out the material?
And this is what we be talking about in all our past episodes. There's a common pattern here. It's on the big name illustrator who create such great name anime. They're being, hey, need to get the dude. Creativity don't come out from so much. Hey, hey. Gotta be freedom to explore and to build.
But you know what's even more crazier? It even got tougher because one of the other reasons why it was also a little bit tough to do it, because this was number 5 on the list, was the impact on the voice acting industry. Because as you know, Bleach got a lot of characters.
Go ahead, break it down.
Well, okay, so where it goes into saying the sheer size of Bleach TYBW cast has reportedly impacted the recording schedules for other anime series in Japan, highlighting the scale and investment in this production. This kind of influence underscores its significance within the industry. So this was another reason why this was really a buzz, because it actually had a bigger size.
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone have been watching anime for a while, we know that a lot of the actor behind the scenes.
I'll be right back.
So when he read that article out, it showcased there was a strain in the anime market where a lot of these voiceover actors, time and scheduling, some of these voiceover actors for a lot of these anime are working on multiple projects. And based on demand on what time they put the show up the studio, what time they put to read the script and play their part and go about their business, it created a opening for a lot of conflict. Perfect example. Imagine you're a voiceover actor and you got a project on Naruto, but you also got a project on Bleach, then you got a project on Jujutsu Kaisen, and you got a project on Demon Slayer, and you're doing a voiceover of 4 to 5 different characters on 4 to 5 different projects. And based on the time you gotta be on site to do these characters. This is money. This is real money issue because there are some actors who got uniquely ability of getting the type of sound you're looking for certain characters. It got to a point, it's like there's a market pool alone in Japan for people who want to pick certain people to do the voiceover for certain characters based on the pitch, the sound, the quality, the level where it gives that unique voice, that unique input. It was something big. Voiceover is a huge business, a huge multi-billion-dollar business in Japan. Real talk. Meaning you don't have to kill yourself to do a stunt. If you can sit down or stand up, have a mic, have your headset, you got a script before you, and you have to not only say your script, but make sure it's for within the scene. But if you're a very good voiceover actor and you have multiple projects that you're working on all in your week schedule, that is stressful. I don't care what anybody says. Because we see a lot of voiceover actors who do a lot of voiceover on many anime projects throughout their career. Question is, was it all done at the same time? I said it earlier. So God forbid, your voice is very unique for 7 different projects. And they want you doing a pay you. That's 7 different checks, if you ask me. But that's a lot of strain on your voice because it's not like you're talking straight. You have to, from here to hey, or hey, or like you had to fine tune your voice to fit the character and hope it doesn't irritate your throat. Am I wrong? Well, let me know if I'm wrong.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
Voiceover actor is one of the most, I can't say no.
Because
Tell
you
me if
really
I'm
got
wrong.
to find the flavor within your voice. Because like, think about it, right? Like, I don't know who the person that play, like, who does the voice of like Peter off of Family Guy, but it's like that creative ass laugh, like, like you gotta find
And the
like
guy
that's not a
and the guy who
usual
took
laugh.
over as this was a YouTuber who not only did it better than the original voice actor who did it, right? But if you see his YouTube channel, he was gaming doing the voiceover. He was making music videos doing the voice. He was doing so good with it, even though the production studio that was responsible for Family Guy had to hire the dude. They saw his work.
Right. So
And they was like, no, 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 no. This is the new Family Guy because this guy got it down pat. Because he would go on Call of Duty and punk a lot of people in. He would do Family Guy. He would do Barack Obama. He did Donald Trump voiceover. And the way he did it, it was you would sworn that Barack Obama playing Call of Duty with you. And I see some of these videos, the guy was going back and forth with Barack Obama and Donald Trump just to confuse people. People was like, in no offense, if I'm playing Call of Duty, if I'm hearing Barack Obama in my mic argue with Donald Trump when I'm playing game, I'm gonna lose. There's no way in the world I can focus trying to get my kills up playing Call of Duty and here, boy, hey, Donald Trump, you missed one. What about you, Wally? Tell me how you react. It's one doing vote over Donald Trump and Barack Obama fighting over the missing a kill. You're on the same team with them.
I'm not reacting. I'm just like, okay,
You won't
probably.
lose, you won't lose concentration.
I'm not really caring about them.
And that's why I like to mother again. I don't have to hear people's voice. But if I'm in a team with you and I'm hearing weird voices that throw me off, it's what it is. But that's how he got the job he has right now. So imagine what these voiceover actors in Japan had to go through. Plus, imagine how much money they're making.
Because what? If I'm not mistaken, there's another voice actor of some. I don't know if it was a part of anime or neither it was a cartoon. I forgot who it was, but they just passed away recently. There was some big figures. So, and that's another thing too. Is like in a lot of cases for these animes, some of these animes are not going to even come back just because of the simple fact that the voice actor that originally played them are pretty much gone.
Good point. Either they're gone or they retire or they don't want to be bothered because remember, using your vocal cord, that's a lot of strain. I don't care what anybody say. So you really pushing the limit. But that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to do the calc. How much money do these voice actors make?
Enough money.
So imagine you doing the English version of these voiceover. You fit the criteria.
All right, let's read the conclusion because I want to get to these questions and then we roll out.
Okay. No problem. Let's get to the last tab. We're having a very interesting conversation, so to speak. The conclusion, Bleach stand as a seminal work in the shonen anime landscape, celebrated for a unique blend of supernatural action, stylish character design, a deep mythology, which it does, that seemingly merged the ordinary with the extraordinary. From Ichigo Kurosaki's reluctant awakening as a substitute soul reaper to the sprawling conflict across multiple dimensions. She masterfully delivered thrilling battle, iconic power-ups, which she did, like the Dakwa 2 Bankai, and a cast of memorable characters that resonate deeply with the audience. Beyond the spectacle, Bleach explored the connect theme of duty, friendship, identity, and the intricate balance between life and death. Its influence on the subsequent anime is evident in the genre embrace of the urban fantasy setting, complex power system, a, or strategy-driven action with the triumphant return of a thousand-year blood war arc, TYBW. Bleach reaffirmed its enduring legacy as a powerful emotional notch and visually striking journey into the spiritual realm that continues to captivate fans worldwide to this day. So there you go, Wale. Take over.
Well, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is the first question I want to ask you today, as far as based upon Bleach, right? Which Bleach arc? Oh, actually, no, that's the wrong answer. I'm going to ask you for the first one. I'm already out of order. I was about to already out of order. Let me go up all the way here. Okay, yeah, this is the first one I wanted to ask you. So, if you had to describe Bleach to someone who never seen it, just in one sentence, what would it be?
Hmm. That is a very interesting question. In my point of view, I'll call it a uniquely challenging anime.
All right. So for me, I would say Bleach is about a high schooler who gains the powers of a soul reaper and must protect the living world from evil spirits while guarding the deceased to the afterlife. Something simple, something light. So, all right. So, move on to question number 2. What's the moment that Bleach really hooked you?
Hmm. Good question. I'm thinking from the Soul Society arc, I believe they got me hooked.
Soul Society
Oh,
art. So, the introduction of the Soul Society.
yeah.
Okay. So, for me, the big hitter for me was when Ichigo developed his first Bankai and the development within his Bankai. That was what really hooked me up with him.
Hmm.
That's what hooked me up with Bleach right there. So going next question. All right. So the power system in Bleach is really diverse. What aspect of it do you find the most creative or intriguing?
Say it again.
The power system in Bleach is really diverse.
Hmm.
Which aspect of it do you find the most creative or intriguing?
Hand down into the hollowification. Because looking at that power system, it's almost like a cheated power system that you can apply only on the cerebral power system or only a very select few beta compatibility. For the fact that I'm not too sure if they based it off an experiment or they based it on the source evidence coming from Kiyosaki blood itself. I'm not sure. That's my thought process.
All right, so for me, the concept or the intriguing. So what intrigued me was the dialogue and or relationship of said Bankai. How this interacts with the person. As you guys heard from me before, right? There was a time in the Soul Society where there was two different people ending up getting the particular same Bankai, and they had to fight
Mm,
for one person to survive, where the other one got to die. I don't know why that's the case. I forgot why that's the case, but it was. I think it was said in the movie why it was the case. But because of that, that's very tricky because how rare is it for someone to get the same Bankai, and why are people getting the same Bankai? What is the relations of these people getting this type of Bankai, and why are they getting the same one? So that makes it very interesting from that standpoint, that they don't wish to further devolve. Because I would believe just because you got a similar skill set of a Bankai doesn't mean you would actually get the same power source. But okay. Going up next, Bleach touches on themes like duty, sacrifice, identity, and faith. Which of these themes do you think is most central to the story's message?
Really. But to go back to the last question you had, that part of what you mentioned about that particular character, I think that was the reason why they got that storyline and applied it to Black Clover. Because there's one part of the Black Clover arc about that same type of mentality was they gotta be one who has survived to be chosen for a particular power. So I think that's what I remember seeing that, like hearing that. But as for what characteristic of this one, duty. Duty has seemed to be a context theme all across franchise.
All right. So for me, I would say faith, because think of it like this, right? When you know who came into the human realm and was pretty much trying to face off these hollows, and then she had to give off her power away to Ichigo, so Ichigo can be a substitute Soul Reaper. You know what that tells me? You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of a DC, right? Where one of the Green Lanterns got shot down to Earth, picked up, and had to transfer the ring over. Like that is the same equivalence.
Almost the same, because the difference is when that Green Lantern got shot down, right? The ring left his finger and got on his finger by itself automatically. Compared to this fake one, Rukio just kind of like just, hey, cover for me for this time. Fate.
So, just that alone, like I think faith really plays a part in this. So that's just my thought. Okay, right. Okay, now this one's actually a real good one, right? This is a real good one that I made. If you could ask the creator of Bleach one question about a character, plot point, or unexplained detail in Bleach, what would it be?
Say it again. I'm thinking about it.
Say it again?
Say the question again. I'm trying to think of my answers.
If you could ask the creator of Bleach one question about a character, plot point, or unexplained detail in Bleach, what would it be?
Chad.
All right, what about Chad?
What his backstory? What is his real origin? What is it really all about?
Okay. All right. So for me, my big hitters. What's going on, Coach Fred? Thanks for tuning in. So for me, my big hitter would be, why was Ichigo, amongst, especially being a substitute Soul Reaper, amongst his Bankai, so far the only person we've seen that had another spirit entity training him amongst the Bankai, amongst willing his Bankai. He's the only unusual person to ever have this. Where everyone else, it seemed like they just know how to use their Bankai very well. They didn't need no extra, additive of support or anything. He had a very well diverse entity, like the Bankai, to then even a copy form of himself as a hollow, everything. So it was just very interesting.
I think it's very, very true.
Very true.
When we broke it down now, I was like, yeah, he is very unusual.
So
if he were the undercover Soul King himself. Hey, Coach Fur, how you doing?
All right, so here's another one. Right, this is towards the last one, I think. Is it towards the last one? I think so. Yeah, okay. If you was in the Bleach universe, what faction would you be and why?
No, that's totally unfair. Shit, that's totally unfair. Yo. I'm sorry, guys. This is the most unfair question I've ever heard in my life. I'm sorry. This is a totally unfair question.
Oh yeah, I see. Hey, this is why. Hey, we're gonna change it up around here. I'm gonna spice some things up, man. I'm gonna spice some things up.
You know why I say it's unfair? This franchise here, the
And
factions.
there's a whole bunch of There's a whole bunch of factions. It doesn't matter if it's the human realm side or even in the Soul Reaper Society side. There's a faction everywhere. All depends on how far you want to go with it.
I'll be under the Ichigo team faction. How about that? I don't know. I don't do any of that faction.
Ain't no Ichigo team factions. There ain't no Ichigo team factions.
Nah.
You gotta pick one, damn it.
I'm talking to be under his umbrella. I'll be like his toy, the fluff toy. Hey.
No. Come on, pick. Come on, you gotta pick, goddammit. All right, I'll make it easier on you. I'll go first. If it was me and I had to choose, I ain't gonna lie, just because of Ichigo's rival / ally, I'll be a Quincy. I'll go in the Quincy faction. See, you know, there ain't nothing more beautiful when you think someone beating you and you let them believe it, and then you come back around and show them you didn't did shit, and you're about to get your ass kicked. That is the most beautifulest thing in the world you can do to somebody.
Yeah. Only exception, this guy cannot get his ass kicked because sometimes he gets have too many. No offense. Ichigo was like a next version of Goku. Naive. Instead of being like Vegeta, like whoop that ass. Ichigo had the power. That's why I'll be on an Ichigo team because people that he fought, he fought with too much mercy.
So what you're trying to sit here and say is, if you
I'm trying to say,
Ichigo,
you be fighting like
you'll be under the 13 guards. Then
I don't want to hurt you. You've been too powerful. You don't want to hurt me. If I'm whooping your ass, you allow me to hurt you. Like, make it make sense. Or am I wrong?
All I know is you need to pick a faction, sir.
I don't like that question.
Well, do what you got to do. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like Quincy's are like overpowered or anything, because there's some.
No, they're not overpowered. They're sneaky annoying.
Exactly.
If not that one, I'll join the Ultimate Violator faction, aka the A1 scientist. Don't know when to take it out. I don't think.
Okay, so he's picking the Gute 13.
I'm not the Gute 13. I'm talking about the one who get kicked out and still find a backdoor access.
Exactly. AK being under the Gute 13, but with some unrestrictions.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all you had to say. That's really
but that dude, he had level 6. Got his level 6 rejected. But while he got level 6 rejected, he is happy. I got level 9. Y'all don't know shit about my level 9. Well, everything shit goes wrong, he just come in. Hey, I heard what happened. Like, what's going on?
Oh man. So look,
we kicked you out. No, I let you think you kicked me. I just that I run shit.
Of course. So look. So final question. I think this is the final question I have, and then we can close it out. Yeah, final question. So, which Bleach arc should newcomers work towards to know if it's worth finishing all of the series on their own fate?
I will tell you guys to work towards the Soul Society arc because the first one, Agent Oshinagami, only she gets settled in. By the time you get to the Soul Society arc,
the Soul Society arc is how much episodes?
I forgot what it was because there's a lot of episodes and there were multiple families of people who were dealing with.
Okay. I think the Soul Society arc is up to 63, I believe, which is the expanding of worlding and all that. So I think. All right, yeah. Funny enough, I would choose the same. I say do the first 63 episodes. That's 2 different arcs. And then that should give you enough to say if you should continue on your own, if you wish to continue on your own, or if you find it like, it's all right. That's on you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that these are all the questions I have. if hopefully you heard the questions, and maybe you can make your same statements. You can make your same answers to the statements in the comment section, and you let us know what your thoughts on the questions and what your answers to the questions, and anything else we say that we may have missed that we should have added in the mix. Overall, let us know. This has been a good one. And
And before
go
we
ahead.
end, the rest of the schedule for the week, because
Yes,
now
yes,
we
yes. We're
want to
about to go to
do.
the schedule. So tomorrow with Coach Ferg and Paul Bennett, we have Stuck on the Scale, breaking through your weight loss. Okay,
This
plateau. Yeah, weight loss.
I'm
Plateau.
just saying to all you old folk, OGs, new school, middle age, your 304s, your single mamas,
Lord have mercy.
you've been out of shape, brothers. You want to lose weight, get back in shape. This is not all in one sachet tea mix. We're not doing that here. You know now.
Okay.
I'm just
And
telling you.
on Saturday, we have this is gonna be a nasty uppercut fight
Oh God.
because I ain't gonna lie. If I decide to make it in this one,
Okay,
I'm not leaving nothing.
let's do this together. For all you fellas and sisters who are heavily invested in fighting games, I mean heavily invested. You got one that will beat your older brother in the game that he thought he can beat you, and you let him know, oh, I surpassed you, kind of thing. Or you compete among your peers in your school, in your play. This is, I don't know, Wally, what we were arguing about on Saturday.
I don't got one thing to say. If I make it, just know
So Reckless Ray,
it's over.
Mandrell,
It's over. It's over. Look,
all y'all gamers, you think you got bragging rights. All y'all button masters, you know the combos. All y'all, oh, I put money down on this thing. I'm whooping your ass. This is the argument between two huge icons.
yes, where we have Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat, the ultimate fighting game showdown.
So,
I love them both, but there can only be one.
so
There can only be
if
one.
you are a heavy Street Fighter head, come to the argument. You are a heavy Mortal Kombat head, please come to the argument. Are you a heavy on both? Please come to the argument. We are hoping that we have people who either pro Mortal Kombat or anti Mortal Kombat, pro Street Fighter or anti Street Fighter to come on the panel. And please, when I say come on the panel, come with your list, with your note, and your point. If you for Mortal Kombat, when you come in, let us know if you can change your name and say you pro this. You for Street Fighter, either you get this, we call you AKA Gal, Akuma, whatever, you call you pro this. Please stick to your point. There's gonna be a debate. Which one is better than the other? Mandra, I know you're the nerd. If you've seen this, when your debate hat on. Jay Takashi, I hope you show up. Any real gamer, if you want a person from the tri-state area or New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, you have your quarter, you be up here whooping people behind. You put your name up there, 3 caterpillar, you like ACE, be up wherever your niche is, so everybody know who you are. Oh, that dude, he came here, whoop that ass up in here. Yeah, that is you. When you're bragging right, let us know why this game is better than the other game. We're gonna have that. If we had to put a poll after the broadcast, we might have to put a poll out there after the broadcast so people can tell the truth. No gaslighting. All right?
Yeah. All right. So next on up, we have, and this is on Tuesdays. As you know, Sunday show is to be announced. But coming on the Tuesday show for next week, Corporate America, when companies run the country.
Oh
It,
boy, I. Oh
yeah, I say
god.
it like this:
Oh
if companies
god.
were the one that really rule the countries, then then the corporations are even as worse as the fucking government. I'm gonna say it like
If
that.
you are a historian of American history, I'm sure you watched that documentary they did back in Discovery Channel. They did a documentary based on that. The Rockefeller, the J.P. Morgan, and the etc. How they rule America. Bring your historian ass over here too on Tuesday.
And next week's Wednesday, we have Renakinshi, the blade that chose peace, or AKA, if I'm not mistaken, it is also called Blade X or something like that, or Samurai X, right? Samurai X.
I'm right.
Yeah, yeah.
This is a franchise whereby I hate to say it, they did well with a live action version of it. They did
This
pretty
also had
good.
live action.
All on Netflix.
Well, I can't say they could have did worse with this. This is literally like standard Japanese style samurai. You can't fuck this up.
They did a reboot adaptation. They have season one on Netflix. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can watch it on Netflix. Being watching, you can watch the live action version. Come on the show, join the conversation, give your 2 points in the commentary, whatever you can. Other than that, this has been a very unique, great show. Shout out to everybody who came and watched. I hope you took note. I hope you eager to watch this anime because we're about to come out with a neck arc either this year, I think it was this year or next year, I believe. I want to go look into it more. So on that note, we appreciate it. Enjoying our time. I am TBN Tech Talk, aka Black David, aka Bear Paw, aka I might whoop your ass gorilla style. And this is my host, co-host Wally. We're not doing that sound. Thank God that sound effect is not here because I was annoying.
Don't say nothing. You never know. He can be right there behind us, and next you know he just
I
comes
know,
in,
I know, I
press
know.
that damn thing.
He's like a nuisance. He's like a what a golem. He's like the resident golem of this network. He might do us dirty. Trust me, he might.
Oh Lord have mercy.
On that note, we hope you see you in the next show. Good night. Take it easy and be safe.